Hey everybody, we're here at the MyGolfSpy testing facility, and this is going to be an upcoming test on MyGolfSpy. The blaster from, what golf shop is this from?
Walmart.
The Walmart golf shop.
The Walmart golf shop.
Here, Jack, why don't you test the blaster?
All right. Let's go. I'll pop a tee into the.
So one thing about the blaster is we're finding that I think it was a 10.5 on the sole plate, and when measured it was a 6.1.
Oh, okay.
It's not very good tolerance.
No. Now, and one blaster might be 6.5 and one blaster might be 10.5. Yeah.
Never know. The quality control on the blaster hasn't been that good.
No. There's probably some
and what we found
some
is
lady in China that has to make like 400 blasters in an hour.
You can hit it 300 yards, but the dispersion on this driver is something we've never seen before. I mean, it's incredibly
as
poor.
far as like the same golfer might hit all over.
I mean,
yeah.
He will hit low, high, right, left, low, high, low, right.
Let's see. This might be the new gamer, Jack.
All right. Oh baby. That one might not come up. The thing about this test is I watched 10 guys hit balls, and I think 8 out of 10 of us, nobody could hit it worth a damn. I mean,
yeah.
I'm talking dead tops, skulls, everything that you can imagine, and then 2 guys come in and are ripping it over 300 yards.
Oh, okay. And it actually did fit some people.
Yeah.
No.
And that's no.
You could just see every once in a while a 300-yard shot.
Here, Jack. I'll try a blaster.
That is the what I would consider a good shot from. You might not want to be right there.
Oh yeah, you're back.
But what I'm noticing is that
Maybe drill might fix it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I did not bring my clubs on this trip, and I've used 3 different people's sets of clubs.
We'll give you that Walmart loaner if you want.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I made a draw.
That is.
That's as good as a blaster shot as.
So that's proof that it is possible to hit a Walmart club fairly well. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
What we saw is that the irons, we tested them against these Callaway Edge irons, and what we saw was that.
You tested the blaster.
Well,
the whole set, the whole Walmart. Because you buy it with the bag and the.
Oh yeah, the box is over there by the wall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw that on my way in. I was like,
this is what you get at Walmart.
You get your 9 pitching wedge.
Yeah. And you look like a baller when you put.
yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, this is the key. You take any Walmart bag, but you put these in there, now you're a baller.
You're good.
Look out! Don't bet that guy.
And just so you know the quality of the head cover, just feel that.
Oh yeah. This thing is this is very flimsy.
Yeah, but the irons against the name brand set really did not differ much.
Okay.
Actually, what I saw was shot area was a bit tighter with the. They didn't go as far, but the shot area for the Walmart clubs was a bit tighter.
God, they are like an axe.
Yes.
So heavy.
They feel pretty good when you catch it, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. That's what I know. The first clubs I had were, what are those? The Cougars they sell at Target.
Yeah.
Cougars.
Yeah, they were so heavy.
Yeah, I think the swing weight on the driver is like D6 or something.
Yeah, they're a little shut-faced.
Have you guys tested the driver versus driver? Like I know I was watching some of the show. Have you?
Well, it will be in the most wanted driver test this year,
Yeah.
for sure. So it goes head-to-head against
The
every
Wilson
driver.
one.
But we've done a small amount of data collection of it, and
Is that a conforming one or?
This is the one with the conforming sole plate.
Oh, cool.
yeah. Have you seen the difference between the conforming and non-conforming?
No,
I don't
what
think
is
so.
just a look thing or?
No, I think we have the 2 side by side. But
Here, I'll pull the carbon fiber out of
so do you see this? So this was the carbon fiber, and this was the.
Yeah.
So if you look.
Oh, so this is non-conforming?
No. Both of these were non-conforming.
Oh, okay.
But if you look, what they did was, there you go. So this is a conforming driver versus driver. All those have them for all the conforming ones. But this is where it was illegal. So it created this lip on the back side. That's what's called a dual sole. I think is how the USJ puts it.
Oh, okay.
So people said, well, you know, that's really nitpicky of the USGA, but
Like,
at the end of the day, you've got to draw the line somewhere, and you know, if that's the rule, it's the rule. So they had to take all the sole plates, and you can tell where the red paint is, how they just kind of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it's not like they remade them.
No.
They just zip.
Well,
because they used to hang over the
Correct.
edge a little bit. Oh, okay.
so for both.
And they only
models.
did that to make it easier to get your thumb on it, or
I actually
what?
don't know why it was
Hanging
what the
over.
intention was originally for that,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, it was kind of odd. You know, Frank Thomas sat on the board for the show, which happened to be the guy that I think created the rule for this.
Yeah.
Which
Either
is
missed
another-
it or something. So did this do well in your guys' test so far?
We
Or
haven't
you-
done the whole
oh,
driver
okay.
test yet. We've done
Be able to
a
say.
small bit of data collection.
I like it.
It's long so far.
It
People
feels
don't like the
pretty good.
sound that much, but you know, sound is subjective.
Yep.
And for a lot of people, I think they've all said it's kind of left. You know, a little bit left to center for most people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But we'll see. We know we don't make assumptions until we put them all head to head. And
What's the most, when you guys have done testing of things, what's the most surprising test you've ever done? Was it the Kirkland ball?
no, I mean that's most surprising to the consumer.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say.
But the most thing, like, you just thought something was going to be great and it was trash, or you thought something was going to be awful?
I don't
and
know.
it
I'd
was a
really
pretty
have to
good
think on that.
performance?
But
Oh,
I mean,
right.
some for the consumers are the even roll blew people's minds.
Yeah.
There was a product called the Shot Maker back in the day that unfortunately is not around anymore. That you stuck this little 3 or 4 gram tube inside of your shaft and accuracy improved like 42%. Was pretty remarkable. The
Oh,
Kirkland ball-
and you guys saw that in your test?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the thing? It's like it's weights that hang just like a little.
No, that was
no.
that's it. That's
the
that.
Accurizer,
That's not what did it. But
something like that, right?
It was something like this.
no, that's more of a counterbalance thing.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I've
Harrison
seen
Shot
those.
Maker was something
Oh,
that
okay.
was super light. I mean, but it was about that long. It went inside the diameter of your shaft,
Yeah.
and it. I can't remember the exact properties of what it changed of the shaft,
Yeah.
the dynamics and everything, but
But you could see that when it was put in there.
I think it was 42% more accurate.
Gosh. I'll be looking that up on eBay before I post this video.
Yeah, another one is Scotty Cameron's, and we're not going to nitpick or pick on him, but they have never done well in our tests, and perceptually, when we do surveys for consumers, Titleist and Scotty Cameron are up near the top of
Love it.
perceived to be the best performing
Yeah.
clubs, and yet
Yeah.
they have never performed well in our clubs. Not
Subjectively,
Titleist
too.
or Scotty Cameron.
Feel wise, everyone seems to love the feel of the Scotty Cameron.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from my own experience looking at the data, we had one guy rank the MLA as his top putter.
Oh, okay.
And
Only one. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, he was just like, I think he wanted to buy one. He was like, this is the best putter I've ever had in my hands. It's so beautiful. And like,
Yeah.
the cool thing about the MLA putter was that an optical scientist developed the alignment.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's technology behind it, but like I said, they're a European company, so their designs don't really conform to what Americans like to look at when they're looking at a
I
putter.
mean, what I would say is this: as a consumer, the advice I would give is don't trust what any company tells you. You
Right.
know, wait till some type of company, whether it's us or someone else, comes out with some statistically significant test to tell consumers what is actually happening. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there are very little differences over the breadth of what is tested, right?
Mhm.
I might be able to find a driver for you that's 27 yards difference, but overall for the public, there's only about 5 to 7 yards between first and 15th place, okay?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, marketing becomes really important.
Yeah.
So you tell me, you know, Tour Edge finishes third in our test or second in our test a few years ago for a driver, so does Power Build, you know?
Yeah.
Well, why aren't people buying those drivers? Marketing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
only difference.
Yeah.
And if that driver that said Tour Edge said TaylorMade on the bottom, big difference, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So just stop caring about names. You know, that's our goal for my entire career's goal is going to be to take the names out of golf. But
Yeah.
you know, it's an uphill battle for sure. PSG, I'll give them a lot of credit. In year one, they came out with you name another
Yeah.
golf company that the first year they came out with, they came up
Yeah.
with something revolutionary, right?
Yeah.
But PHG's got some work to do. I mean, their driver is not up to snuff, you know.
Yeah.
And their irons are good. Everything else is pretty good, but you know, the irons are the story.
Yeah.
But that's one of those brand washing things. You know, at the end of the day, I like what PHG is doing, and I like people that are on that team. But at the end of the day, it's a name that you're buying, you know, for sure.
And marketing wise, it's interesting because I don't think they would have if they had if they were half the price that they are, or if they were normal price, I don't think they would be nearly as popular.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. Let's say you have 2 putters, and you're a putter designer, and you're coming out with a putter, and you have the choice to put your own price on a putter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say this is an incredible looking putter, right? And you come out with it at $149.
Yeah, right.
In 50 shops. And 50 shops across another place, you put them out for $549.
Yeah.
And then you ask people right away, what are your thoughts of this putter?
Yeah.
The perception is going to be much higher of the higher dollared item, but in fact they're the exact same product. So there's perception is reality in part of this thing, and that's part of the brand washing we would like to take away.
That happens with golf instruction too, because if I've noticed that if somebody's getting a lesson from a guy and they got the lesson for free, or the guy's just giving him their tips, you know, in general, they won't take it very seriously if it was for free or whatever. But if they go to a guy and they're like, man, I just spent $250 on this golf lesson, they're like hanging on every word, they're doing every drill, they're following up on it, you know, and yeah, it happens a lot.
100% true, and it's across the board with almost anything that you pay for.
What else are you guys testing right now? So we're testing the blaster.
We're testing the TaylorMade, what are we calling this thing, Sam, so far?
The weapons of...
So we're taking a driver that is the #1 driver from last year, and we're going to start putting up against brands, same brand from, let's say, a decade ago.
Okay,
so
what was
TaylorMade Super Quad, which was what is considered to be one of the best drivers ever created. And people say, oh, there's not that much difference between old and new. You know? It's one of the most asked questions we get. So that's the test we're going to do, and that's the Super Quad versus M1, and we're just finishing it up right now. And this
is still such a good-looking driver.
For sure.
Feels great too.
No, I don't want to give away the numbers, but I would say that I think we're pretty certain that newer is...
Technology has come a long way.
It's not. Yeah, because if you go into a golf shop, like I go into this local place in where I'm from, and the guy's like, ever since Trampoline Effect, there's no, they throw out these scientific everywhere. There's no real difference.
Yeah, so this is the war we're fighting right now. It's this telephone game that happens in golf where somebody hears something and then next thing you know.
Oh. All right, so we'll do a mini MyGolfSpy thing. I'll hit this driver from 10 years ago, and then I'll hit the new one. See what happens. Man, I killed that one.
All right, so you hit that well.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
That was a 2.
Damn, I killed that. All right. It didn't go very far. I hit the blaster 30 yards further. Now the M1. At this point in my game, I actually don't hit any shot without doing that drill. Yep, ready for me? I didn't hit that one quite as good.
So we should see. So
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's 28 yards difference and you didn't hit it well.
No, and that was dead nuts out of the first one.
Well, the names are switched. The top one is the Super Quad, and the bottom one is actually the M1.
Right. So here I think is where my distance.
That's your Super Quad,
and
that's where the distance.
That's where I'm seeing everybody else.
All right. So this is the 10-year-old driver here. A little slower on the ball speed. Actually, quite a bit slower. You're talking about 10%. Is that right? You guys are better science.
Roughly.
5 miles an hour. So no, not 10%. 2.5%, which is a lot. And we're talking like almost 1,000. That's going to be huge. And then the main thing.
So
carry it.
And when you take a look at like strokes gained, right? 28 yards, 27 yards. Instead of hitting a 4-iron, you're hitting possibly a 7-iron into the green. That's a big difference. And that's where the game starts to get better for people.
When's your big time of the year? When do you do the driver?
Everything's getting ready to start. So we start driver, iron, wedges, putters, and all that starts in about 2-3 weeks.
Cool. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because then you guys like around the time of the Masters, is that when you try to
Not necessarily.
No.
I mean, we used to publish in January, but it's a moving target now with release dates.
Yep.
It's pretty tough to manage to when you can get stuff in, and right now the industry doesn't really. We're a thorn in the side for a lot of people, so they don't. Let's say the hot list. They've had those clubs for a long time already testing them. They don't want to give them to us early, so we fight that fight every day, and he'll tell you it's a major
usually you guys are it's your credit card just buying the club.
Not necessarily. I'd say 75% of the people supply the product. Cooperate, and the other 25% we have to buy out of my pocket.
Right. Yeah, and then just try to return it.
Yeah, and I mean it's when you take a look at it, how much you have to buy. You're talking, all the sets of irons, all the wedges, all the fairway woods, all the hybrids.
You got to do a regular and stiff of everything. So.
Oh right. Yeah.
With drivers, it's a bit different. But with irons, I mean, you've got to buy the full set, and full sets are $1,000 these days. It gets pricey.
There is a donate link on the website. All right, so MyGolfSpy. All right, Jack.